You open your eyes to the dim light filtering through cracks in the cave wall. The air is chilly, and the faint smell of smoke from last night's fire still lingers. In the Stone Age, survival depends on getting an early start. There's no supermarket, no fridge. Everything you eat must be found, caught, or gathered by hand. Hunger is a constant companion, urging you out of the cave and into the wild world beyond. The group must move quietly, senses attuned to every crack of a twig, every rustle in the grass. Women, children, and elders roam the underbrush, eyes scanning for berries, roots, and edible plants. Each person knows dozens of plants by sight, what can be eaten, what can heal a wound, and what's best left alone. This knowledge is crucial, and it's passed down through songs, stories, and endless practice. Even a whisper can mean the difference between catching a meal and going hungry. This is the heart of your community, the place where stories are told, laughter rings out, and lessons are learned. Someone begins to sing, a simple melody carried by a hollowed bone flute. One of the elders points out a distant column of smoke on the horizon, a warning. You listen to advice about reading animal tracks, about moving silently, about the value of patience. The best hunters aren't always the strongest. They're the cleverest, the ones who think like their prey. The water is cold and clear, but you stay alert, scanning the shadows for movement. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed by all there is to learn, but you know that these lessons could one day save your life. The cave is both shelter and sanctuary, a bubble of warmth in a cold, uncertain world. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, another hunt, another lesson, another day in the life of a caveman. Other groups, rival clans might be nearby. In the Stone Age, not every human you meet is a friend. Meetings mean trade or shared feasts. The wild world outside is dangerous and unforgiving, but inside your cave, you are home. It's painstaking work, and the needles break often. But the results are vital: warm, weatherproof clothing that keeps you alive in bitter winters or sudden storms. You help as best you can, hands clumsy but eager. Other times they mean conflict over territory, water, or game. Vigilance is the price of survival. Others join in, clapping hands or stamping feet in rhythm. Stories are shared tales of brave ancestors, of monsters in the dark, of clever tricks that brought home a meal. Laughter echoes off the stone walls, and for a moment, the dangers outside fade away. Music and art aren't luxuries here. They're vital threads that hold the group together. You realize that, in many ways, not much has changed. People still gather around stories, still find comfort in community, still marvel at the mysteries of the world. Occasionally, you stumble across a bird's nest hidden in the tall grass, a small victory. Today, they've been lucky. A young deer lies on the ground, its hide already being expertly stripped by practiced hands. Nothing is wasted. The meat will be roasted over the fire. The bones and sinew will become tools, weapons, or thread. The hide will be cleaned and softened to make clothing or bedding. Even the antlers are saved, carved into needles or points for future hunts. Every discovery is a triumph. Every meal, a cause for quiet celebration. Food is shared, not hoarded. In the harsh world of the Paleolithic, cooperation isn't just noble, it's necessary. Sometimes the prey is small, rabbits, birds, or if luck is on your side, a herd of deer grazing nearby. But danger always lurks. Wolves, wild boars, and even saber-toothed cats stalk these same lands. You remember your first attempts at scraping a hide or chipping a flint blade. Awkward, frustrating, but necessary. Tools are precious, and everyone is expected to contribute. In the Paleolithic world, even the youngest have their roles, from scaring birds into traps to keeping watch for threats. You pull yourself up, stretch cold limbs, and help your family rekindle the fire. Keeping the flame alive is essential. Fire means warmth, safety, and food. Animals, hunters, strange symbols, messages from those who came before you, reminders of past hunts and dreams of the future. You marvel, as always, at the spark made by striking flint against a rock, a skill passed down through generations, the closest thing to magic your world knows. Your family stirs nearby. Parents, siblings, even the old grandmother who remembers stories of mammoths and wild hunts. There's no privacy here, just bodies huddled together beneath rough animal furs. The air is fresh and alive with the sounds of birds, insects, and the occasional distant roar that sends a shiver down your spine. Life out here isn't easy. Every day is a careful dance between risk and reward. This is home, a cave tucked safely away from the biting wind and the ever-present threat of predators outside. The sun is barely above the horizon, but already the day's work is calling. There's no time to waste. Breakfast is simple and hard-won. Someone passes you a handful of nuts and a piece of dried meat, leftovers from yesterday's lucky hunt. Stepping outside, the landscape feels vast and intimidating. Rolling plains stretch out, broken by forests and distant rivers. The men and older boys gather, armed with sharpened spears and heavy wooden clubs. Today, they're hunting. While the hunters fan out, the rest of the group sets about gathering. Your hands get scratched as you dig for tubers, the earth cool and crumbly. As the sun climbs higher, you return to the cave to find the hunters have returned. Children help as best they can, learning by watching and imitating. With food cooking and chores momentarily done, the group gathers around the fire. As you relax, you gaze at the walls of your cave, covered in ochre and charcoal drawings. But relaxation is brief. The world outside is never truly safe. In the afternoon, the men teach the boys how to set traps and throw spears. The women gather to work on clothing, scraping hides until they're soft and sewing them with bone needles. As evening falls, you join a group venturing to the river to fetch water. It's a risky job. Wild animals come here to drink too. Dinner's a noisy, happy affair. The deer is roasted, the aroma filling the cave and bringing everyone together. As you drift off to sleep, you listen to the crackle of the fire and the breathing of your family. But for now, you're safe, connected to your family, your ancestors, and the long, unbroken chain of humans who came before you.